Ahlan wa sahlan. Hello, this is Welsh ASMR 82. Hey, how you doing? Okay, welcome. So I'm going to continue with my videos on football clubs. And I had a couple of requests in the messages from the Al-Hilal video. Thank you for those. So I'll be doing a Tunisian football club in the future. And today I'm going to do Al-Ittihad of Jeddah for Saudi in Saudi Arabia. Okay, let's get started. So Al-Ittihad Football Club, Nadi Al-Ittihad, Ittihad Al-Arabi Saudi, also referred to as Al-Ittihad, is a professional football club based in Jeddah, Saudi Arabia. Founded in 1927. Oh, you're only 5 years away from your centenary. 100 years. The club has spent its entire history in the top flight of football in Saudi Arabia, known as the Pro League. The matches are played at its main stadium, the King Abdullah Sports City, also called the Shining Jewel, Al-Jawhara. We'll take a look at that in a second. Which is the second largest stadium in Saudi Arabia. Has a capacity of 62,000 spectators. And I think you share it with Al-Ahli, don't you? Al-Ittihad has a long-standing rivalry with Al-Hilal, who we did in the last video, which is referred to as Saudi El Clasico, which is considered the most prominent and most followed match in Saudi football. It is considered as the oldest sports club still surviving in Saudi Arabia, as the club was founded after a meeting of some prominent football fans in Jeddah. The most successful period in the club's history was the mid-90s, of the 90s to the mid-2000s, and the club achieved a large number of titles and achievements. Al-Ittihad is considered as one of the most successful clubs at domestic and continental level, as it has achieved the AFC Champions League title twice in a row. I think you're the only club to do that, are you? Certainly the only one. And one of the only ones. The Asian Cup Winners' Cup once, the Gulf Cup and the Arab Champions League title of each of them. Domestically, it's the second most successful club in Saudi Arabia, having won 8 league titles, 9 Kings Cup, 8 Crown Prince Cup, and 3 Saudi Federation titles. Yeah, the club has the distinction of being one of the only 3 Asian clubs to have won the AFC Champions League twice in a row. Let's take a look at the key info here. So that's the badge. Jeddah, Nadi Al-Ittihad. Ittihad. Oh yes, 1927. Oh. 1346. Is that the date in Arabic? I'm terrible at Arabic numbers. Al-Ittihad Football Club, the Tigers, you can see why. The People's Club, the Kings of Asia. 95 years ago, King Abdullah Sports City. Oh, it's a very nice stadium, isn't it? Wow, look at that. The Jewel. So Al-Jawhara, multi-use stadium, a sports city located 30 kilometers north of Jeddah. The city was named after Abdullah, King of Saudi Arabia, when the stadium opened. The main stadium used for football, reaching a full capacity of 62,000 spectators. It's the biggest stadium in Jeddah, obviously, and the second biggest in Saudi Arabia, coming after King Fahd Stadium, the Pearl of Stadiums. It is the 10th biggest in the Arab world. Accompanying the innovative system are smaller sports venues surrounding the main stadium. I'd like to see. It says it's the 10th biggest. I'd like to see where the others are. Would they be in the Arab world? Must be in Egypt, I suppose. Maybe Tunisia. I'm trying to think what clubs would have a bigger stadium. I mean, maybe in Qatar now after the preparation for the World Cup, but before that, if anybody can point me in the direction to find out, that would be awesome. I'm just going to check, it's not here. No. Interesting. And I was shocked to see that Cosmin Contra is the manager. He's a legendary player. Yeah, Atletico Madrid, Milan, Getafe, Politecnicas Timișoara. And he played many games for Romania. How old is he now? 46. No, Alaves he played for. Fantastic player. Okay, let's have a look at history. Yeah, so the club was founded after a meeting of notable enthusiasts in 1927, 4th of January. Everyone agreed that they should create the team that unites them, and Ittihad Jeddah was born. Sorry about the wind outside. The attendees were all these people, many of them. As long as we are here together, let's call it Al-Ittihad. The name of the club was quoted from this wisdom. United or union. In Arabic. The late 50s, it is considered as the first club to achieve both the Crown Prince Cup and the King's Cup for 2 consecutive times. Twice. On the 2nd of May, my birthday, Al-Ittihad faced their traditional rivals Al-Ahli in the King's Cup, which ended in a 7-0 victory, the largest victory in the derby. The tournament ended and the club became champions for the 3rd time in a row over Al-Wehda, which completed the 1958, 59 and 60 series. The club went through its worst period since its founding after winning the King's Cup in 67, after defeating Al-Hilal on penalties. In the following decade, the Premier League and the First Division were merged due to the many matches of the national team in 82. A World Cup year, 1982, which Al-Ittihad won its first league title in its history, which is the first and only club to achieve it. After an absence of 21 years, the club won the King's Cup after they defeated Al-Ittihad in 1988. The golden period in the 90s, numerous titles were achieved. Cup treble, winning the Premier League, Crown Prince Cup and the Federation Cup. After 2 seasons, the club won the league title for the 3rd time in its history, eliminating rivals Al-Hilal in the final 2-0. The first continental championship was also achieved after winning 3-2 over Jonam Dragons, with a golden goal scored by Ahmed Bahja from Morocco. The GCC Champions League was also achieved as the season ended, winning 4 trophies. In 1999, the club was a runner-up in the Asian Super Cup after losing 2-3 on aggregate to Jubilo Iwata of Japan. Let's read about the two back-to-back titles in the Champions League. So when Ahmed Massoud left the club, Mansour al-Balawi became president, which is considered by many, including the fans, as the most prominent and successful period in the club's history. In the 2002-03 season, many players they brought in, such as Tukar, Saud Kariri, Mohamed Al-Khilawi and Checo, it's Brazilian, was considered one of the greatest deals in the club's history, while both the league and the Crown Prince Cup were achieved. Despite leading the league and ending it without a loss, Al-Ittihad lost the league final to Al-Shabaab in the championship playoff finals. Oh, it's crushing. In the 2004 Champions League, Al-Ittihad finished the group in first place with only one loss. In quarter-finals, it was successfully passed with a 1-1 draw in Dalian, in China, followed by a home 1-0 victory scored by Tukar against Chinese Dalian Shida, of which, that's interesting. So back then, you played against the East Asian teams in the quarterfinals. Because that's not possible now, is it? You have to play against the West. Both matches ended in the last minutes. Hamad Al-Muntashiri finished the first leg 2-1. Muallad scored a deadly equaliser in the second leg for a 4-3 aggregate over Jeonbuk Hyundai Motors, as the club qualified for the final for the first time. The final was out of the ordinary. Al-Ittihad were thrashed at home 3-1 by Korean side Songnam in the first leg, leading to the sacking of Croatian coach Tomislav Ivic, as assistant coach Dragan Talalic was given the opportunity, who in turn started the return match in Songnam. Reza Tukar opened the scoring, rising to a ball from the corner kick to score the first goal. Idris scored the second late-minute goal in the first half. Mohamed Noor scored the two decisive goals in the second half, before Abushgeir scored the fifth and last, overcoming the 3-1 loss with a miraculous 5-0 victory to achieve their first title. Dragan Talaic achievement was unforgettable and almost impossible. The second leg match became one of the most surprising and unforgettable comebacks in AFC Champions League history, which is called The Miracle. Recalling the tournament, Talaic said, "It was initially an assistant. I was initially an assistant to the compatriot Tomislav Ivic, and I learned a lot from him, and I consider the opportunity to work with a great team as a wonderful thing, which is why I agreed to work with him. I was with the team 8 months after we arrived at the beginning of the season, and I knew all about the players. I was young at the time, and maybe I was crazy by playing with 5 strikers. I told everyone before the match that we would win. I always knew we would win, but I didn't know if the difference would be enough." Al-Ittihad achieved its first Arab Championship after defeating Tunisian club Sportif Sfaxien in the final. On 5th November 2005, Al-Ittihad won the Champions League for the second time in a row, after a 5-3 victory over Al-Ain. Mohamed Kallon, who was loaned from AS Monaco, became the top scorer of the tournament with 6 goals, of which 2 were in the final, which helped to achieve the second title. Mohamed Noor was awarded the best player in the tournament. The club still is one of the only ones to win back-to-back Champions League titles in its current edition. The club qualified for the FIFA Club World Cup for the first time, in the edition that was held in Japan, after achieving the Champions League title, as it became the second Saudi team to qualify for the tournament. On December the 11th, 2005, Al-Ittihad defeated African champions Al-Ahli after Mohamed Noor's only goal to qualify for the semi-finals, where they faced the CONMEBOL champion Sao Paulo. Ended with a 2-3 loss. Al-Ittihad played the match to determine the third place against the Costa Rican club Deportivo Saprissa and lost 2-3. The 2 goals were scored by Mohamed Kalon and Joseph Desiré Job. He's a legendary footballer. I didn't realise he played for Al-Ittihad. To end the Club World Cup in 4th place. Former FIFA president Sepp Blatter expressed his admiration, saying, "In 25 years, I have not seen an Asian team play this great." The Jeddah derby between Al-Ittihad and Al-Ahli is one of the most competitive games in the Saudi League. And then also with Al-Hilal. Al-Ittihad and Al-Hilal have the biggest fan base in Saudi Arabia. It's also a fierce rivalry between the middle and lower class represented by Al-Ittihad, where Al-Hilal represent the high class of people. Al-Ittihad is known to always play fiercely in the Clásico no matter how much the team was going through difficulties. This is where I like to look at the current squad. Oh yes, the rankings. 19th, that's very, very high. Okay, so goalkeepers, you have Rakan Al-Najjar, Mohamed Abu Asidia, Saleh Al-Olaimid, and Marcelo Groa, of course, the Brazilian. And then defense, Ziada Shah Asahafi, Omar Hassawi. From Al-Nasser. He's quite old now, 36. Then you've got in defense Monad Al-Shanqiti, Abdullah Al-Hafiz from Al-Wahda, Abdul Mohsin Falata, Mohamed Al-Ufi, Ahmed Higazi from Egypt, he's a good player, Hamdan Al-Shamrani, Hazim Al-Zahrani and Madalla Al-Ulayan. And then midfield, Khalid Al-Samiri, Fahad Al-Muwalad, amazing player, Abdulaziz Al-Bishi, Awad Al-Nashri, Abdulaziz Al-Shibreen. Did he used to play for Nasser? Yes, he did. He's another good player. Defensive midfielder, right? Brunariki. Yeah, very good player. Abdul Rahman Al-Aboud, Omar Al-Jadani, Ahmed Bahussein, Andrei, I don't know him. And then Igor Coronado, very good player, Brazilian again. And then strikers, you've got just one at the bottom, Harwan Kamara, Romarinho, fantastic player, and Abdurazak Hamdallah. I can't believe Al-Nasser let him go. Very strange. Fantastic. Excellent striker. And registered Asila Bet Unit Abdul Wahid. So looking at former players. Oh, Jared Pogetti, really? Hugo Perez, James Treasy, Tatarchuk, Modest Mbami, Wilfred Bonney. He also played for my club, Swansea. Didier So I hope you enjoyed the video. What I'd like you to do now is to click like, drop me a comment and tell me which football club from the Arab world shall I do next. And if you're new to the channel, welcome, Ahlan. Subscribe here, and I'll leave a video here on the previous one I did, which was Al-Hilal, so you can catch up on that one. See if you run soon, okay? Take care. Bye 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 bye. Ma salama.